Okay, welcome to my studio. It's actually not sort of very studio-like, it's basically just a sort of downstairs bedroom, but all the gear is piled in, so there's no acoustics. It sounds pretty terrible, but I think you can mix in any room as long as you're just used to the sound, and I've only just moved in, so I'm not used to the sound, so everything sounds terrible, but uniformly terrible. Okay, so we'll start with the Spongle poster, which is great because you can actually see the detail and it's really big, and you can see all these circuit boards and stuff, which I love, which is something you couldn't really see on the CD cover because it's too small. While we're on the art, we have Rajaram's depictions of Spongle Land. That's very blobbery. There's another one there. And sort of various drawings and spongly bits around. Okay, so some of the equipment while we're over here. The MS-20 synth, not plugged in at the moment, but it is a great synth. I use it on Deranger by Hallucinogen. It does all that blah, 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 kind of typical sound. Very Hallucinogen sound, that one. The Oscar, an old favourite, one of the first analogue synths I ever got, and does great bubbles, and basically nearly everyone you find, they're really hard to find. When you do find them, most of them you turn it on, it just goes or some sort of similar sound, because they're nearly all broken. This is a SH5, much beloved of Eat Static, and has a great squidgy filter for those lovely squidgy, scratchy sounds. Again, not plugged in at the moment, so I can't play you any of these sounds, but I'll play you something else in a minute. One thing I can play you, of course, is my Yamaha circuit bent keyboard, which is just like one of those sort of horrible, cheap kind of those sort of synths. You get the idea. But it's been circuit bent by this guy called Paul, who basically takes them apart and sticks a load of these sockets on it. I don't know if you can see these phono sockets here. So you then take cables and plug them in. It's got a little microphone as well. So you take your microphone and do a little sample. Is that there? Hello? Is that there? I'll do that a bit louder. Hello, 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 hello. Is that hello, hello, hello? Is that hello? And then you plug in these things sort of fairly randomly and hello, 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 hello. Is that hello, hello, hello? Is that hello, hello, hello? Is that hello, hello, hello? Is that and it makes basically just noise, different versions of noise, but it's pretty cool. Okay, then I suppose the computer is the main bit of equipment and the mixing desk. So coming around here, the computer, Spongle mouse mat, highly recommended, and coloured mouse. Use it as basically like a big tape recorder to record all the synths and sometimes generate sounds. So for example, you have a kick drum here, you can see the waveform. If I play it, there's a kick drum, and then you can put plugins on it and stuff. I've got this UAD card, which is one of my favourites, where you can put stuff like this old Roland Space Echo is a good one. It looks just like the real thing. Mind Melder, there we go. Of course, in the old days that would cost so much money, and it would all be made of tape loops, and you'd have to fiddle around, keep your tape clean and demagnetise the heads and all that to stop it being really hissy. And now you just get it for a plug-in for your computer. and it's relatively cheap. Amazing technology. So then once you have all your sounds on the computer, I've got a few playing, you then come to the mixing desk, and the sounds, basically you have all these channels. The first question people ask when they come into the studio is, how do you know what all these knobs do? And the answer is, it's very easy, because they all do the same thing. So you have 32 channels of exactly the same thing. So if I show you one channel, what one channel does, then you'll be able to work a mixing desk. So